Part 2, full reading here. For you to understand what's actually going on with your energy, because you've got polarizing energies, you've got polarizing thoughts, you've got hot and cold. You're also seeing signs of people, like notifications saying hello, hi, miss you, love you, like actually coming through notifications as if somebody's in your energy. You don't know what's going on. I'm also being told feathers are important in this one, and angel numbers are important, and that nothing is a coincidence, which is very interesting, because part of your energy is, I can do this, I can put in the hard work, I can make this happen, and part of your energy is saying, I know I'm supposed to be resting. Okay, so let's dig into this just a little bit for you, see what's really going on with it. You do have someone in your energy. Okay, you do have, on top of whatever's coming in, you do have a person coming in too. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, Spirit and angels say you are pulling energy in right now. You really are. Okay, you're sitting as a Queen of Cups, you're sitting as the Star. You're going to be celebrated, not just among friends, but among those who caused you chaos. I also keep hearing upgrade. I'm hearing upgrade and justice, like on repeat. Upgrade, justice, upgrade, justice, upgrade, justice. As if you've got, not competing, but it feels like a push me, pull me. You know, the silly animal. So Dr. Dolittle, animals, mythology, the one that has two heads and one body, and they're constantly pushing and pulling each other instead of getting anywhere. That's what it's starting to sound like, okay? But, you know, not only this about pouring into yourself, you also are a Queen of Pentacles. No, you're being upgraded. You're being upgraded to a Queen of Pentacles, where you get anything you wish for, okay? You also, in your money or your job, will be handed an opportunity that will lead you to a point of being a leader or a manager or something higher than where you currently are. Okay? That will be coming in soon and quickly. This is already done. This part of this message that's coming through for you is already done. For the money part. For the job part. Okay? Yeah. So that you can live in abundance. See what I mean? Like, it's not just a confusing energy. It's because if that card was upside down, it would be, you need to be, you know, working on bringing in your abundance. You need to be, you know, if this knight was upside down, it would be, it is coming, but it's coming later. So in a way, I think your world is being flipped upside down. So what was up is down, what is down is, you know, what is right is left, left is right, type of thing. But you're used to a world where feel like you're fighting yourself. Like every step forward is 2 steps back. Where every time you try to do something for yourself, it backfires. Okay? You feel like you have been unable to give to people. You have been fighting negative energy or setbacks. Even today, you've had several opportunities to panic, to be unsure, to like situations that previously would have made you feel insecure in your finances and your job. Okay, so for instance, you know, something wrong with the car, something wrong with your tire, right? Where it felt like you were unprotected and unsafe, but it turned out to be nothing. I'm also getting kids being sick, partners being sick, someone in your family, someone in your energy, and kind of throwing everything off, but then not really being a big deal. Okay, that's also why I think this could be a person. I think you've got two people. I think you've got a possible negative one who's still trying to do their old tricks. You know exactly who they are. But they're no longer allowed to actually touch you. And I think that's part of the justice. Okay, Mercury might be important for you. I believe we're in a Mercury retrograde right now. Okay, they're no longer important because you have learned to be a King of Wands. You have learned to stand in your own energy and defend where you're at and what is important to you. Confirmation. You have spent a lot of time self-reflecting and not having anyone there to help you or having anyone there to pour into you. It's been really hard on you, right? But you're finally at a point where you feel stable, and then these little things are getting through the defenses, it feels like. So they want you to know, first off, it's not getting through the defenses. Okay? This is not actually reaching you. Okay? So what you feel like you're fighting isn't actually reaching you. You are so healed and so tapped into spirit that you're moving as one. So where it feels like there's an inconvenience, where like instead of going straight, you kind of have to swerve, you're swerving with spirit. In a negative sense of this, there's justice. Not negative, okay? There's a story I always remember of a guy at a bar, tavern, and he meets Death. Death is like, hey, what you doing? He's like, not much. What are you doing? He goes, I'm here to, take you on. Time for you to move past this. Oh, it's time for you to move on. And maybe that is something. You're trying to move past something, okay? You've also got threshold coming through and gates coming through. So you may have recently lost someone, and you're trying to figure out if they passed on or if they moved on. We could do a personal reading for that if you wish. Those are in my bio link. But feels like you're trying to push through a threshold, okay? And so anyway, back to the story. And Death is like, I've come to collect you. It's time. And the guy's like, well, what time? Where's it at? And he's like, tonight when you go to Dallas. And for some reason, this story was always in Texas. Texas might be important to you. And so, him and Death keep talking for a while. Death gets up, goes talk to someone, comes back. And while he's gone, the bartender's like, what are you going to do? And this person says, oh, I'm going to El Paso. And he gets up and leaves, while Death is distracted. So then Death comes back, pays his tab, goes to leave, and the bartender goes, where are you going in? And Death goes, El Paso. It's his time. And it has a little bit of that trying to delay destiny that this person's trying to do for you, right? And because everything you're doing is so in step, everything that is thrown at you negatively, you and spirit are serving together, and it's working out better for you, okay? You guys are so in sync, it's like you're dancing. And your angels are dancing with you. And it's not just, oh, this happened. It's, oh, this happened, but because we moved together, it was not actually what they thought would happen. Okay? And there's justice coming in for people who have treated you this way. And there's two types of justice, they're saying. There's the justice of them having to see you and not get impacted by everything they throw at you. But there is also a justice that this person who has hurt you for so many years and has messed things up so much for you for so many years, I'm getting took your inheritance, took your justice, and then made it worse. Added insult to injury, right? They're not only going to get to see you be successful, they're never going to be successful in any attempts on you again. Okay? You have been trying to follow through, trying to stay focused, and it's overwhelming, it's exhausting. Your emotions are all over the place because everything you do, it gets messed up. They want you to know that you have sat as a Queen of Wands through this day and through everything that has been thrown at you. That's not just, okay, I held my emotions. You held your focus. You held your manifestation. What they're showing me now, okay, is that what they're showing me now is they are pouring into you because you stay so focused on the goals. And they're saying that the world here isn't just like giving you the world. They're saying it's more like, on this instance, they think the world of you and they will give you anything. Okay? You are absolutely magnetic. You are a sustainer, a creator. Earth angel is what I'm getting as well. You're all of those things. So what are they showing me here for you on this? I just had it and it left as I was talking. There's something about a heartache but never having another one. Okay? Sorry. I think they're trying to tell me something else. Did you want me to tell that story? Because you have to remind me what it was. They had something they were showing me earlier. And it just escaped out of my brain. Okay, this financial situation, the resources are coming in quickly. They're bringing stability for you. You're not going to be overwhelmed anymore. Oh, I did remember it. Thank you, universe. Thank you, spirit. Okay, where you're at right now with this push me, pull me energy. Okay, you are where you're at now. With your manifestations coming in and you being willing to do the hard work no matter what it means, you're at the point where the hero, so we're talking to Gabriel and Justice both, and Michael and Mercury, okay, where the hero kind of does that thing where like some kind of energy bolt, some kind of lightning is thrown at them and they grab it and they twist it around their wrist and they hold on. Okay, you have taken everything that has been thrown at you and you've gathered it up. But then comes the next moment, right? Where this electricity that was meant to kill them goes in and it empowers them and they have a new skill added to their set of skills and they're upgraded. Okay? That's what's currently happening, is all of this negativity that's been thrown at you is giving you upgrades, is moving you forward in your purpose. And over the last week or even a few days, during this time where you've had this back and forth energy has been when you've been upgrading. Because remember, like, you're in the middle of being kind of electrocuted, hit with lightning. Confirmation, thank you. You're being hit with lightning, you're, being electrocuted, and you're having to transmute that and flip it over to where it doesn't hurt you. Okay? Usually you do that seated, meditating style, and this one has been on the go, where you're doing transmuting, you're healing, you're fixing, you're building an empire, you are creating energy while on the go. So you're not having time to stop and slow down. That's why it feels like a push-pull. Okay? That's why it feels like you've got this thing of, I'll do whatever work I need to do to make this happen, and flip to the universe has already got my back. Okay? Because in this, your energy, your willingness to put in the hard work is why you're in step with the universe. And that push-pull is that pull toward that negative energy or whatever this person's doing to you. And then you come back into balance, right? As you are upgrading here and as you're getting justice. I've got a couple of other videos on justice, so I'm not focusing as much on that today because this is really about the upgrades. As you're getting these upgrades, you're moving more quickly back into balance, okay? And you're keeping your focus. So you're not losing yourself on this, in this onslaught this time. And that's what you're needing to know on this. The feeling of you need to do more, you're not doing enough, you need to grow, you need to, push yourself through this. You need to do the hard work. That type of thing is your old way of thinking. Now, there are times where we do have to put the work in, we have to do the time, but not always. And in this instance, that's pulling you away from balance, and then you come back into balance and you realign with spirit and universe. Okay? So they want you to know that although it feels like chaos right now and that you don't know which direction they're taking you, this is your clear sign. Stay in the manifestation energy. Stay in that focus on creating energy, not on in that work hard 60 hours a week mentality. Okay, so there's your sign. Let me know if that resonates. Please, I love comments, so please let me know. And again, if you need a personal, those are in my bio. Thank you.